jamming out. Hello everybody, it is Winning Wednesday. This has been a busy Wednesday for me. I went and got my nails done, so they're better and pretty now. And I have meetings tonight. I'm gonna go play basketball, and it's been a fabulous day. Today I want to talk about people who live their lives based off of fear and worst case scenario. Because so many people always are like, what's the worst thing that could happen? I had a tickle in my throat. It's like, what's the, like, oh, I could do this, and I'm trying to think of something, or we'll even just start with like a business like this. Like, oh, I could start a business like this, and everything fails and it doesn't go well and all of this. And people start like this montage of things that aren't actually likely to even happen. Hey, Sarah! I'm actually going to go see Sarah really soon in Virginia. And people are playing through these worst case scenarios that are never, ever, ever going to happen. And so for me, and this is probably going to sting just a little bit, but do you know what worst case scenario is for me, guys? Worst case scenario would be that I started a business, it didn't work, and I work for somebody else for the next 30 to 40 years. My worst case scenario is the life that every single one of you guys is already living. The life I was living when I came here. And that's the truth, Now, and that's when I started this. Now my worst case scenario would be going back, punching a time clock, and not raising my own kids, which is just not going to happen. I'm not going to have someone else spend more time with my kids than I do, right? But when I started this, I was like, I'm going to come in, I'm going to make some money, I'm going to pay off some debt and see what happens, right? So I came in, I remained coachable and trainable, and I'm constantly always learning, and I created an absolute massive empire over here. And that's what happens when you don't live your life in worst case scenarios. I didn't for 1 second wonder what was going to go wrong. Have things gone wrong? Have there been some speed bumps? Absolutely. But I'm living a life that I absolutely freaking love. And you go through speed bumps in your jobs and the things that you do. But nothing has been that big of a deal, We roll through it, we learn from it, and it's not a big thing. But if I wouldn't have bet on myself, I would still be living a life that I didn't really want. A life where someone else watched my kids all of the time, where I could barely pay my bills. If something broke, I was like, oh my gosh, how are we going to pay for that? And now, literally, I'm driving a Yukon Denali, which was like my dream vehicle. And I raise my kids every day. I'm going on 2 trips in June, lots of other stuff this summer. Like, I'm having a good time over here because I didn't let my brain spiral and sit back in fear on what if this, what if that. And it's totally fine. Like, you're going to run into obstacles in life, but we don't want to focus on what the obstacles could possibly be. We just want to take those steps forward and freaking figure it out. Like, what we have here, it's kind of crazy how simple it really is if you do what it is that you're taught to do and you love helping people. And I absolutely love this. This business gives me a lot of fulfillment because of the connections, the community, and the impact. Obviously, the money's great, and being home with my kids is great. Being home with my kids is the biggest thing that I've gained here besides community, because some of my closest friends I met here in this business, and I never would have met them otherwise. But the thing is that if you get anywhere near me professionally or personally, be ready to grow. Because that is what this business has massively taught me, and I don't sit in worst case scenarios anymore. So many people, even like with things going on in my personal life, other people want to spitball all the really awful things that could happen. And I was like, I'm not going to live in worst case scenario. I'm going to do what it is that I need to do to make the best possible outcome that I can. Obviously, we know that bad things could happen, and we'll adjust when they do, because they do happen sometimes. But my life is so much better because I grow and I learn and I change all of the time, and I'm absolutely loving every second of it. Now, when I come across some type of obstacle, I don't look at it as the end of the world. I look at it as a possibility to learn and grow. And that is not always easy to do, but when your life motto and mantra changes because you are in a group of people like us, everything becomes possible. Every single thing you could possibly ever want is within your reach if you believe that it is. And so many people are sitting in their ho humbug ways, sitting in fear, thinking about all the things that could go wrong, all while living lives that they don't want to be living, not in the ways that they want to be living it. And to be completely honest, guys, I didn't even know anything different existed. Had no idea. I just thought I was doing the thing the way I had been taught, right? And I did all of the things. I checked all of the boxes, and life did not turn out like I wanted it to turn out. But that's okay, because what's ahead is even so much better. Like, this last year and a half has been nothing short of amazing, what I've created here in this business and how much I've grown, and the time that I've spent with my kids, and the realization of, not settling in any way, shape, or form in life. I mean, I've gained more than I could ever even tell you here in just a couple minutes. Like, it's massive, but that never would have happened if I wouldn't have joined this business, this community, and grown in all of these ways. And now there's nothing that's going to stop me. Like, there's people here in our business who make billions of dollars. Like, there's people who make, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of dollars easily a month. And these are not people that I don't know. These are not people that are so far-fetched and out there and it's only like one person. It's many, many, many people. To make 6 figures a month here is doable. And that's what you have to really sit back and think about, what you would want your life to look like if money wasn't an issue. If money was not a problem and you had the money, would you still be working where you're working? Would you still be doing the things that you're doing, or would you live a completely different life? Because I will tell you right now, nobody will ever put me in a box and tell me what it is and how I need to live ever again, because I now know so much more, and that you can have so much more just being a regular everyday person. I am not any different than the rest of you. The only difference is that I believe in myself, and I don't know why so many of you don't. Because the only person that you can control is yourself, and that's powerful. Like, show up for yourself every day. Don't let yourself down. And you can create massive impact in your life and the lives of others. I want everyone to really envision the life that they would live. Because for me, I didn't even know that this was going to be it, or that I was going to be living this life. When I started, I just wanted to make a little bit of money. But now the things that I want just keep growing and magnifying and changing. And actually, I was talking to a family member, and they're just like, wow, those are some big goals. In disbelief, yeah, that's probably not going to happen. We don't have time for that type of energy when you are in rooms with these kinds of people. These kinds of people that show up for themselves, that are healthy, their mind, their body, and their spirit. We know that balance is really important when you're an entrepreneur and you get into this realm of possibility, because in order to elevate, we have to hold ourselves to a higher standard. And so many people are just going through the motions of life, not actually growing or learning or changing or being the best versions of themselves, because they're just coasting. And I won't ever be like that again. I will always be growing and always be learning and always be doing something that is going to make me better. So if you are somebody who wants to be better, who has a desire for more, and is sick and tired of the same old stuff, reach out to me, and I would love to show you what it is that we are doing, because there's nothing like what we have. Nothing. Not the community, not the products, not the business. The business model is something I've never seen. They pay us so well, honestly. I make, 3 times what I used to make a month in one sale over here. That's life-changing amounts of money, guys. Life-changing. To be able to do what it is that you want to do and live the life that you want to live. So message me or drop me a #freedom, and I would absolutely love to show you what it is that we're doing, see if we would be a good fit to work together for you to change your life. And growth just It's just one step outside of your comfort zone. And after you step out of your comfort zone and you realize you're not going to die, you'll never want to live in your comfort zone ever again, because nothing grows there. That's not where the magic happens. So I'll be chatting with you guys soon. I hope that you have a wonderful winning Wednesday, and we will talk to you later.